Hi, welcome back to Jen's Addiction. Today, I wanted to take a second to talk a little bit about what it meant to be a fan, of music, and in part to honor the memory of the passing of Clem Burke. It's been a couple of days since Clem Burke, the legendary drummer of Blondie, had passed away. And it really got me thinking about him, about what his playing meant to me, about what Blondie's meant to me, and how long I've been a fan. Just such sad news to know that he's no longer with us. And I'm sure I just think about his family and friends, and my heart goes out to all of them. I'm sure he is very loved and very missed. And as a fan of his music, I can say that I loved his effortless playing, his joy that he brought, the powerhouse that was his drumming that drove the sound of Blondie. And I think it really gave it a distinct sound and edge like no other. And he really just seemed to be a student of music, a fan of music, and just a fan at heart of the whole genre. And he was such a joy to watch. And I feel really lucky that I got to see him a couple of years ago in 2022 when they toured. And, I'll never forget those last shows. And so very honored to be able to have seen him and grown up with his music and his playing and with Blondie. And he touched so many different genres of music and different styles. And he just, I don't know, he just was such a student of music and a lover of music. And I admired that about him. So when I got thinking about him and his joy and his real love of music and a true fan's fan, I think if you'd have met him, he probably would have been a very generous person. When you meet your idols and they're generous like that with their time and themselves, it is really unforgettable. And I would tend to believe that is the kind of person he seemed to be. And so as a fan, I appreciate that. I think we all love music. We're all into vinyl for different reasons. And I just say vinyl because that's what I collect. But no matter what you collect, whether you play music, you listen to music, you sing, you're into that for a reason. It touches you in a way like nothing else can. So it really got me thinking about being a fan and the joy that I felt about being a fan and what that meant to me. And I think being a fan of music has opened up a lot of doors to me in opportunities to experience new things, to meet new people. I grew up in a household, my parents loved to listen to music all the time. So David Bowie, Led Zeppelin, Parliament, Jimi Hendrix, I mean, you name it, I think we listened to it all. Blondie was one of those bands. And I absolutely have nothing but good memories of listening to those records and spending that time listening to that music. But as I got into the 80s, I also started to experience things that I loved for myself. And as a fan, one of the big things that I remember was being a fan of Duran Duran. And I loved their music long before I ever knew who they were as a band or visually saw an album or a video. But as I gained more interest in them musically, and then let's face it, they were five cute guys. I was a teenage girl. I was paying attention to Duran Duran. I really grew. It was probably like my first big fan experience. I collected anything and everything I could imagine. And two of my greatest friendships as a teenager that I had were created because of a love of Duran Duran. And I'd met two girls, Christy and Gail, if you're out there, hello. We were Duran Duran fans together. We met with our mutual love of music and with Duran Duran, and it all started from there. So we picked up every magazine that you can imagine. I have a scrapbook I've saved of everything from 1984, 85, and 86. If it was in a magazine, an album, whatever, I cut it out and saved it. I still have those today. And one of my other fond memories that I had been thinking about after the passing of Clem was meeting new people because of music, Christy and Gail being one of them. But if you'll notice, and I'm going here with something here with this, if you notice these little pictures, these are all stickers. And what got me about those is although I don't think I have the letters anymore, these stickers used to come on envelopes and letters from pen pals that I had from all over the country and even into Europe. And so the deal was you would, I think it was the back of like Tiger Beat or 16 or something, you could send your name in and they would pair you up with fans of the same bands that you loved. So I met a couple of really, really good pen pals that were friends. We wrote all the time. And then several others throughout the years. And you would get those stickers, though. They would come on your letters. You knew kind of instantly maybe who you were getting a letter from or what they were a fan of. You could get Duran Duran. I had The Cure, Depeche Mode, Alphaville. So all those great, Dead or Alive, any great band you can think of, they were all stickered up. And so it was tons of fun. I had a ton of pen pals and we just talked about music. We talked about the band, about the albums that we loved, about videos that we saw. Some people would get to see things in different parts of the country or the world that I never got to see. So we shared all that together and it was a ton of fun. So that was a really great experience that I remember. And then even now, many, many, many years later, when I go to a concert, even it's kind of fun to be able to sit someplace and eventually maybe strike up a conversation with somebody. We're all there to see the same band. They may have some insights about music or something new that I didn't know. And it's just, I don't know, I've met a lot of great people. I've had a lot of enjoyable conversations, all because of my love of music. So that being said, I really kind of enjoyed thinking about all that. And it was in part, unfortunately, due to the passing of Clem Burke, but in honor of his memory, really, expressing that joy that is music and what we all love about it. And I think taking it kind of as a fan to the next level. So I assume everybody, probably is a fan of something, whatever that is. So maybe in the comments below, you could list some of your favorite fan moments, some of your favorite friendships that you ever created. And I'd love to always hear that from everybody. I'm still making friendships today because of my love of music. And I think that is just super awesome. So I, again, just, want to express condolences to friends and family of Clem Burke for his passing and his colleagues. And, it is kind of a little hole, I think, in everybody's heart who's a Blondie fan and who've grown up with them all, for sure. But he'll never be forgotten. And his passion and love of music is really inspiring and something to kind of live up to. And I really appreciate that about him. So until next time, I hope you're all spinning some good tunes, hopefully listening maybe to a little extra Blondie this week and making some new connections and friendships through music. It's what makes the world go around. Until next time, like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here. Bye.